Okay, here's one. So, is it possible? Say you got 20 people wanting to beat you up. Is it possible to win and beat every single one of them? Okay. So, say you got 20 people trying to beat you up. Okay. You're cornered. Can you come out on top? That's a good question. Okay. And the majority, the answer to that is I'll give you the answer at the end. Okay. So, in martial arts, general martial arts, traditional martial arts, they're not really effective in the real world. A lot of their moves. Okay. And with combat sports, you're mainly just training one-on-one. That's all you do, okay? So in order for that to be successful, you need to be good at striking, grappling, and wrestling, okay? So and wrestling. You also need to be good at defending yourself against a weapon, okay? And multiple assailants, okay? So you need to train against multiple opponents, okay? And it's a lot easier to be successful at doing that in a big wide space, okay? So say you're outdoors in a big field, you can like move around, right, and be successful. But in a confined space, so let's say you're in a prison cell and they're all coming in, the best thing to learn, okay, is to strike first, okay? Strike as hard as you can, okay, in a soft area, and get out and run, okay? So you've got multiple people coming at you and you're not experienced. Hit the first person as hard as you possibly can and run out, get out, okay? But is it possible to learn how to beat multiple people on your own? And I'd say I think it is, okay? Unless you're in a small area, then I don't think you can. But if you're like out in like the open, okay, and you got all the room you need, I think you can, especially against unskilled fighters, okay? But in a confined space, did a video on this. I reckon what you do is you make out, be a good actor, okay? Just make out you're an absolute crazy person, okay? You hit the first person as hard as you can, okay? Create as much damage as you can, full aggression, okay? And create fear in your enemy, okay? So they sort of back off, hopefully. But you just have to do your best. But in an outdoor space, where space isn't an issue, I think you can be successful in that as long as you move around correctly, especially against unskilled fighters. I do think you can, especially against, like, let's say there's two people trying to get you, people coming in twos. There's a lot of training in this self-protection industry. So you got two people, okay, wanting to like mug you or whatever, and you basically get them both, okay? And the most important thing is to move around correctly, okay? So like make sure no one's wider than sort of 45 degrees in front of you, okay? And you just need to learn how to move around, okay? But if you want to learn this sort of stuff, unless you're training something like a Jeet Kune Do, I mean, traditional martial arts won't train you for this, okay? And to find the right Jeet Kune Do clubs is like so difficult. So I would personally recommend looking up at some self-protection clubs in your area and just check them all out and see what your favorites ones are. My favorite is Urban Combatives, as well as the Real Combative Systems. Okay, I've heard a lot of good things about Force Necessary. I've heard they're really good. And if you can find a Krav Maga club that is basically like MMA with no rules, teach you weapon protection, and not actually really good Krav Maga. But yeah, that's the sort of training you need for this sort of stuff, because combat sports is just one-on-one game. So I was letting you take there. But yeah, that's it for today, folks. If you like this one, that I can remember when I was at school, my brother had some enemies, okay, and there was like 7 or 9 of them outside my front door, and they wanted to like break in and beat up my brother, okay. And I think that's one reason I started training, got into it. Okay, first got into it. Also, the other reason was when I was 14, I had a bloke pin me up against the wall by my throat, and I wanted to like get him back one day. So I started, and he was in his 30s, mid-30s, I think. And yeah, I always sort of wondered, is it possible to beat those like 7, 8, 9 lads outside that wanted to kind of break into my house and beat up my brother? I wonder if that's possible. So I started karate, did a bit of training in boxing, and yeah, it's just curious, got me into the martial world, self-protection world. Loved it ever since, really. But yeah, so if you want to learn how to fight against multiple assailants, self-protection training is the way to go. Okay, reality-based self-protection. Okay, like this one, click thumbs up, don't thumbs down. Leave a comment. I'll respond to all your comments. If you've got any, anything to put down there, just put them in the comments section. I'll read them all and respond to the majority of them. And yeah, subscribe if you want any more of these. Again, if you want to leave a comment on any questions, I might be able to do a video around your question as well. Okay. Click bell notifications so you get notified on future videos. See you on the next one, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching.